He has led groundbreaking projects, earned national and international accolades, and become a mentor to many aspiring professionals. Today, we are very proud to welcome back not just a successful professional, but a source of inspiration for our faculty and students, a true embodiment of the values and spirit of JNTUK. Please join me in extending a heartfelt welcome to our distinguished guest, Professor NMK Bhatta, whose presence here today elevates this celebration to greater heights. We welcome you, sir. Dr. Jansirani of EC Department will introduce Professor NMK Bhatta to the august gathering.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. K. Jansirani, Assistant Professor of EC Department, University College of Engineering, Kakinada. It's my privilege to introduce Professor NMK Bhatta, sir, a highly accomplished academic, technologist, and strategist. With a remarkable 47 years of service, spanning defense, industry, and academia, Professor Bhatta holds an impressive array of academic qualifications. He earned his B.Tech in Electronics and Communication Engineering from this University College of Engineering, Kakinada, followed by graduate IETE in Industrial Engineering and postgraduate in Aeronautical Engineering, Electronics, and an MBA in Operational Research and PhD in the reliability of electronic equipment. He has also completed several prestigious certifications from world-renowned institutions. These include Qualitative Research Methods from the London School of Economics, Innovation Management in MSMEs from Steinway University, Germany, Case Method Teaching and Teaching with Simulations from Harvard Business School and XIME, Growth with Strategy certification from Where to Play Institute, Israel. He is a certified Agile Scrum Master by the Scrum Alliance, USA, an Agile Certified Practitioner, PMI ACP, and a Project Management Professional certified by the Project Management Institute, USA. He has also completed a Project Management certification from IIM Ahmedabad and holds a Six Sigma Black Belt. In addition, he is certified in AI-powered supply chains under Dr. David Simchi-Levy from MIT. In the domain of business excellence, Professor Bhatta is a certified business excellence and strategy consultant and assessor for the Malcolm Baldrige Business Excellence Framework USA for Tata Group companies and for CII based on the European Business Excellence Model for large, medium, and SME industries. Professor Bhatta's professional journey spans across defense, industry, and academia. He served for 20 years as an aeronautical electronics engineer specializing in chopper aircraft avionics. He then spent 4 years working on maintenance strategies for defense services in New Delhi and another 4 years as Chief Engineering Avionics at CEMI Lab and DRDO, contributing to several high-impact national projects. Professor Bhatta served as Vice President of Kusar Innovations Private Limited, where he was in charge of business strategy and planning. At Tata Consultancy Services, he led the Global Embedded Operations Group and later, for over a decade, he headed Global Business Excellence and Strategy. In academia, Professor Bhatta has spent the last 11 years in senior professor roles at leading institutions such as IIM Indore and XIME Bangalore. He currently serves as Professor and Dean of Research at XIME Bangalore, which is part of the XLRI Society. He brings over 12 years of experience in strategy formulation, planning, and deployment. He has taught strategic management at IIM Indore and XIME and has conducted assessments and training for a wide range of organizations, including 16 business excellence assessments for companies through the Tata Group and CII. Strategy training sessions for leadership teams at Bell, State Bank of India, Canara Bank, KPIT and Ordnance Factory Board. Professor NMK Bhatta's journey is a true testament to excellence, leadership and innovation spanning defense services, global industry and premier academic institutions. Now please join me in warmly welcoming Professor NMK Bhatta sir. Please welcome sir. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Initially, I was told that my talk will be at 3 o'clock. So I thought people will come back from lunch, have a nap. By the time my talk starts, everybody will wake up. But everything you think will not happen. Then they pre-phoned to 2 o'clock and they said my talk is immediately after lunch. Now the onerous task of keeping everybody awake stays on me. Now, I also had some agreement with my college mates who were asking so many questions to the previous speakers. I told them that you will ask only those questions which I give you. You will not ask any new questions. So they said that we will not ask any questions to you. We are very happy. So that from that you are free. They are not going to ask any questions. So with this introduction, I start. I've been hearing to these talks of so many eminent people for the last 2 days, and they have been some of the mesmerizing talks. I'm afraid I may not be that mesmerizing because I generally believe in objective talking and not very emotional except when I give talks like this. So I go very systematically and let us see where exactly whether NEP will actually work as a growth engine for Viksit Bharat and Swarna region. So this is the topic. I've slightly rewritten the topic where JNTUK has given that role of NEP. I said I will say I will call NEP as a growth engine. Before I start, I would like to give my sincere thanks to Professor Prasad, who is a Vice Chancellor and by now has become a very good friend, and the team of three musketeers, that is Professor Uday Bhaskar, Professor Padmaraju and Professor Srinivas Kumar, who last 3 days have been seeing how excellently they have been handling, and my kudos, even the best of the organizers could not have done it. Thank you so much, and I am so proud that many of you are from this college, and I am very, very proud of you. Thank you, sir. This subject, developing India with NEP as its growth engine. Before that, I want to know what is your impression of what is a developed country. So, can somebody tell me, because my talk will not be that I talk and you listen. I would like you people to participate. What do you mean by country is a developed country? What all are the parameters my friends from ONGC, Army, all these things, I want them to talk now. What is a developed country? Sir, you have to be awake now. You have been speaking so much earlier. Quality of life, very good. I personally feel quality of life is concerned is very good in India. I mean, I personally feel I lived for so many years in several countries. The best of the countries, and quality of life is at least 100 times better in India than other countries.
Quality of life may be good for you, but the quality of the life for all.
Quality of life for all. Very good. Okay. Anyway, I have
mentioned GDP wise, but per capita income is still low.
Per capita income is still low. This, anyway, they have already done a lot of introduction, so I will not waste my time in it. Our ambition is to be a developed nation by 2047, and Swarna Andhra, knowledge, innovation and inclusive growth, and NEP roadmap for transformation, and we are now exploring or investigating whether NEP can really act as a growth engine to achieve these two, or is it just sufficient, or do we need something else? So, what exactly a Viksit Bharat that they have already Most of you have known it. This is from Viksit Bharat vision statement, so nothing great about it. Now this comes what makes a country developed. First of all, the country, most important thing is not just infrastructure of roads and buildings, infrastructure for your data centers, infrastructure for your other facilities, infrastructure for everything, including green energy, everything becomes one of the important points. If any one of you do not agree, please tell me. Then another important point is, one, nobody should be able to touch you from the point of view of defense, and if required, you should be able to go and hit anybody and come back. See what US has done on Iran. Not that we would like to do that, but we should be capable of doing that. If required, we have done it on Pakistan, but tomorrow there may be a reason or requirement to do it on bigger countries. More than anything else, I have just studied last 50-60 years how the countries like USSR, America, France and other countries, UK, how have they actually increased their income? Their income has actually grown up by selling defense equipment, create a war, sell your defense equipment and increase your life. Compared to us, they are not that very great in any other field, but their defense equipment, their aircraft, their tanks, their this one. So because that is one equipment, you can produce it for 100 rupees and sell it for 1 million, nobody will be able to exactly. I work with this field. It is one of the places where you can make tons and tons of money for your country. So we are also beginning in this condition. GDP and per capita, my friend Javier has already told that we need to be there, but they are really not real indicators, but yes, they are there. Another important thing, if you actually see, our manufacturing capability is pretty poor. We have seen an item which is manufactured in some other country, if it costs say 100 rupees, when we do it in India it becomes 150 rupees. The reason is our dependence on getting the space, getting on the machinery from other countries is very high. Then comes our energy dependency. All of us are speaking to my ONGC friend a while ago, Chari, and we are just discussing how much we are dependent on energy with others. Anybody can arm twist us because of the energy. Then food self-sufficiency, I think we are really not bad. We have been, except for edible oils, we are generally good about this. Coming to balance of payments, again 700 to 800 billion dollars is not all that bad. And accessibility to health infrastructure for everyone, irrespective of their social and economic status, skilled manpower, and R&D and innovation. These are the few things that I feel that they make some, and the poverty index, these are the few things which make. Now I want to give a small quiz to all of you. Say, if we place USA in 100, USA at 100, I want you to tell me each of the parameters. Where do you want to score India? Say, let's start with infrastructure. How many marks you want to give to infrastructure to India? To USA is at 100. I'm just putting one standard. 40, okay. Defense capability?
Around 70.
70.
Because after Operation Sindhu, we are more confident.
Sir, winning against a weak enemy or non-existent enemy
40.
doesn't make you strong.
That's how we have hit the Chinese, which is second defense.
Okay, how much will you give on export of defense equipment?
35.
Only one person is talking.
10%. We are exporting quite a bit.
Okay, it's varying from 5 to 35, let's take the average of 20.
10,000 crores, sir.
GDP per capita, where do you want to place India? Sir, I want to know if USA is 100, where is India? 10? Both GDP and per capita or only GDP?
GDP is per capita. It is 4 trillion, that is 30 trillion.
So, 1, 7, 15, Okay, manufacturing capability. Some of the greatest intellectuals are there, they're waiting for so long to talk about it.
30. We have a manufacturing capability, but capacity wise, we are after LPG, we are not good.
Okay. Energy dependency.
Energy dependency is around 30%, 40.
If USA is at 100, we are at 30.
No, sir, we are very much dependent on oil, 80% oil.
80.
No, 80% we are dependent on oil.
That's what. So if USA is 100, where do you think you are?
Around 10 to 15.
10 to 15. Okay. Then comes food self-sufficiency.
80.
90, 80, 60.
60.
Okay. My intellectual friend Professor Prasad is not at all speaking. So I want to extract some answers from you. Balance of payments.
We are much better than.
USA. We are actually counting on dollars when they print dollars. Okay, access to health infrastructure. I think this we can at least consider slightly better than them. We are better than them. Okay, skilled manpower. We are 100% better than them. No? Okay. How much you give Uday Basket? 70.
60.
60. Okay. And R&D and innovation? 15. And poverty index? 5. Okay. Now I'll take you to a different platform. Now let me put this. Only these countries could ever be above us at any point of time. All of you are aware. When we become third economy also, these two will be above us. So where are we compared to China? Infrastructure. Okay, defense? 30. Export of defense equipment? 5. GDP per capita? So, okay, let me start with manufacturing capability.
It's very good for China, sir. Even better than their manufacturing. 70.
We are 70 with respect to China?
No. China is
No, with China is 100, where are we?
10%.
20, okay. Accessible health infrastructure?
80. We are better than that. No, sir. No, 75.
Skilled manpower?
We have 60.
R&D and innovation?
Partially less.
Poverty index? See, I have added these 2 slides. After they told me, I am immediately after lunch. So I thought I'll wake up everyone. So thank you for participation. Now, let us look at what are the KRAs for Viksit Bharat. This is very critical for us. See, when I think NEP has to be the growth engine, what I have to see is the weight, what is the weight which NEP has to pull. For that, I have to know what is the load that it is carrying. So now you have seen from whatever we have seen with respect to US or China, you have seen that there are lots of areas where we are less than 50, they are at 100. Many of the areas are less than 50. And we have to cross this big gap in these 25 years. So, what are the key result areas? One is, we know that economic growth is required from present level. Per capita income, I just want to tell you that normally per capita income, though you measure it this way, but generally economists measure per capita income on the basis of PPP, purchasing power parity. As per that, we are not this very bad. We are close to about $6,000 to $7,000 because $1 is equal to 30 rupees in purchasing power parity. Not that exchanging from the bank, but purchasing power parity. Technology-wise, we need to get into the new technologies. My friend, yesterday I spent a lot of time, Janki, on quantum computing, AR, VR and AI, machine learning and all. Infrastructure, we are far away. That is one of the very big, this one. Inclusivity is, actually speaking in inclusivity, we are not really very bad. In inclusivity, we are very good, but to get more people, as yesterday, Professor Ramji was asking a question. We have been rolling out a lot of, facilities for women to join, but many are not coming forward. So there is a requirement of mindset change that we have to bring it in. Otherwise, the country open-heartedly welcomes inclusivity, including for people with disabilities, but people with disabilities still we need to travel quite a lot of distance. Sustainability, we are really doing poor. We are really not doing very well because our sustainability appreciation or sensitization is very poor. People really do not know. I still find that people come out of their house and just sweep that side and this side and put it in the small drainage canal next to that, and they go inside, their house is clean, but they don't know what is the harm that they are doing to that particular sewage canal. Education and skill development is one very important thing. Healthcare, agriculture, energy, of course, a lot of work is happening, but still we are quite far. And role of governance, still there is a lot of bureaucracy in the government. We still need to go a long way to make it more approachable. Governance means I also talk about justice, because people wait for 10, 15, 20, 30 years for getting justice from our courts, and this is one area where we are really lagging. And global partnerships is another important parameter. How many partnerships we can have? We are working quite focused way on this area. We have to see how we are going to grow in the next few years. But this, our Swarna vision, 100% literacy, AI hubs and digital empowerment, all these things we are known, you are aware of this, and very healthy and happy Andhra. This is completely available in the internet, so I won't waste much of my time. You are all aware what is Swarna and what exactly the present leadership is looking for taking the country. One is the KRAs here, a demographic profile. This is complete slide has been taken from internet, so there is no intelligence in it. So you all know about it, but basic thing I want you to draw your attention to is to get a $2.4 trillion GSDP is from the existing close to 700 billion is a onerous task, and your per capita income of $42,000 is also absolutely big job. Rest all things are much easier to achieve. Life expectancy is already growing, and population, of course, we did some mistakes of controlling too much on the population. Now perhaps Tamil Nadu Chief Ministry is already requesting people to produce 5, 6, 7, 8 children. I don't know, till now Chandrababu Naidu has not gone to that level, but he is also asking, do not control too much, we need population, younger population is required. Now, I have done a SWOT analysis for India and also SWOT analysis for AP. Where exactly, what are our strengths and what are our weaknesses and opportunities and threats. This gives us a good idea as to how exactly we can reach where we want to reach. See, in general, a SWOT analysis of India reveals a nation with significant strengths and opportunities, but also facing notable weaknesses and threats. This is very important because our country is a very peculiarly placed country. God has decided us to be here. Anywhere we turn to, any corner we turn, we find belligerents all across, and we need to spend more time to make sure that we are safe than we are growing. So coming to strengths, we have a very large and diverse workforce which no other country, because some of the countries you must be aware like Japan, South Korea and so many other countries are facing an existential crisis. They are requesting people that produce more children because Japan has rolled out so many incentives for producing more children, but luckily we have been doing large and diverse workforce. Irrespective of any challenges that we have faced, let it be COVID or let it be US imposed problems, we have been continuously growing economy. And what is more interesting is our economy is growing not because of external factors. Our economy is growing of our domestic consumption going up. Our people are becoming richer, our people are buying more, our people are giving impetus to the economy. So, external factors are not impacting us that much. If you people have seen, even our stock exchanges, even in the worst of the conditions where the whole world is falling, we are by and large protected. So, growing economy, thriving IT sector, abundant agricultural land we have, growing domestic market, I have already spoken about strong and visionary leadership. This is one of our best strength I personally feel. At this point of time, at least in my, from the time I have started realizing what is the political leadership, say maybe from about 70 onwards, last 50 years, I have never seen such a strong leadership in the country. Sir, huge coastline, of course that's God's gift, excellent digital infrastructure we have. So far strengths are okay. Coming to the weaknesses which are very important, our infrastructure is really far from being excellent. High poverty and inequality, my friend Professor Srinivas Kumar was also telling that it should be for all, not for a few. So this inequality has to diminish. There should be less inequality, more and more people, the rich and poor divide we have to. But let me tell you, in any growing economy, whether it's US or China or any other country I have seen, perhaps I visited almost entire globe, this inequality is there everywhere. But in our country, the inequality is slightly more, or a little extra more. We need to reduce the gap, but you can never bring in socialistic society of what Russia thought, that everybody will be equal. That can never happen in any growing society. Over-dependence on agriculture, that is always there, and high unemployment, and we have not been able to create as many jobs as required because we have been mostly concentrating on IT, which is more of individual contributors and less of job creators. Like manufacturing has always been good, but we have not been doing much on that. Uneven development, some places are highly developed. If you people are aware of the state called, have you heard of the place called Bimaru states? Do you know the full form of Bimaru? Bihar. Madhya Pradesh.
Rajasthan.
Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh. So these Bimaru states, what we call it, and compared to that, I look at our South Indian states, the gap of development, even Haryana, you look at it, how well they are developing. Gujarat, you see, Maharashtra, you see, very, very high development. This uneven development is bringing in a lot of social issues, difficult neighborhood. This is something which we cannot do anything because we are somebody said we can choose your partners, but you cannot choose your neighbors. And unfortunately for us, every neighbor that we have around is a difficult neighbor for us. Every neighbor. And low manufacturing capacity, you know about it, and energy dependence on other countries, so people can easily outwit us. That is weaknesses. Coming to opportunities, we have one of the best and most stable democracies compared to many countries in the world. And foreign investment, world trusts India more than anything else. People bring more money to India. Countries like Canada, countries like Sweden, all these people bring their foreign provident fund accounts and put it in Indian markets because they trust us more than their own countries. Infrastructure development, there is a huge opportunity. Manufacturing sector growth, we already know. Digital transformation, we have been doing well in this field, but a lot more needs to be done. Research and development, again, most of our research has not been really what you call value-adding research. We are still quite low in the research value addition. As yesterday somebody was telling, it's not that how many patents you have added, but how many of those patents are used. How many of those patents are coming to the creation of value for the country. And maximizing defense exports, again we are working on it, but we are far away. Huge unexplored natural resources. We have got lots of natural resources, we have got lot of mines, lots of things, and a while ago we were discussing about the oil exploration in Andaman Sea, the lithium in Jammu area, there's so many things are there. So, huge unexplored natural resources. Most importantly, the threats, slowing global economy, all across the world, every day there is a danger of recession. How long India can develop on its own consumption, can continue to grow without the world being a part of it is a problem. Because every country, they are not growing anything more than 1.5 to 2%. So this is slowing global economy, high fiscal deficit, we thought we should be less than 3%, but we are already 4.2%. Volatile oil prices across the world, every second day it changes, population growth. Social unrest is one important point because our social fabric is again very, we hold the maximum number of Muslims in our country, but we still feel that that problem between the two religions is still there. Where a lot of things are happening, but that problem of social unrest is still to be solved. Volatile geopolitical environment, or particularly after Trump has come and whatever happening in the Middle East, whatever is happening in the West Asia, whatever happening in Europe, Ukraine and Russia, all these places brought such an unrest which is creating a lot of problem for us. And belligerent neighbors, I have already told you, flip-flop behavior of America is another very big problem. We really do not know when they are good to us, when they are bad to us. So these are the threats that I have identified. Then I go to the SWOT analysis that I done for Andhra Pradesh. Key strength is of Andhra Pradesh is the visionary leadership. Large coastline. We are the second largest coastline in India. Can you tell me next to whom? Gujarat. Lovely. Large number of engineers and doctors. Good shipbuilding industry. Young population. Large number of remittances from abroad because every house has got at least 2 to 3 people in other countries. Double engine sarkar. We all know about it. Said the volume will not come. No? This is your Education Minister, Mr. Nara Lokesh.
You have Telangana, which has an advantage because of the Hyderabad's location. Is it going to be tougher for some states?
See, Karnataka has Bangalore, Tamil Nadu has Chennai, Telangana has Hyderabad, Andhra Pradesh has Chandrababu Naidu. These are competitive.
So you have seen that what his thinking about this one is truly. See, yesterday I do not know how many of you have read the newspaper. Mr. Chandrasekharan has prepared a great report. Has anybody read it? It's now available on internet. Once for Somebody lifted their hand. You read it, sir? Swarna, Andhra Pradesh, and he made a road map. And yesterday, day before yesterday in Delhi, in the CII meeting, Chandrasekharan has handed it over to Chandrababu Naidu. And while doing so, Chandrasekharan, which is, we call it Pandi and Chandra, and I had a great opportunity to work very closely with him. And he told that I have never seen a leader with such a vision. And even earlier when he was in Hyderabad, and the way he brought the company, the way he made sure that at least 1.5 lakh TCSs work out of Hyderabad. That is all because of him. Otherwise we never have grown so much. The amount of vision and the amount of push he does, he made Chandrasekharan to make Swarnandhra vision report, which is in itself a great document which you people get a time. It's available now. Opportunities, land availability for setting up industries, evidence of river waters. We have huge amount of river waters, one of the highest average IQ. All of you agree? Yes. The youths are having one of the highest IQs among the youth. Brand, I didn't say the highest in the country, but I said one of the highest. If somebody from some other state should not feel bad. Brand image of CM among the world business and political leaders. You also must have seen Microsoft has now agreed to set up the data center and quantum computing center in Amravati. It is just about a year and he has already established his connections with all these people. Expansion of fishing industry is a great opportunity because the type of coastline that we have, the output that we get is far too less compared to the other coastlines. I mean, per kilometer of coastline, the output of fishing is the general yardstick. We are far, far less. 4 major ports which can be exploited for trade. Some of them are private ports. Some of course, one of them is a public port, and 3 of them are private ports. Building new ports at strategic locations is great opportunity. See, having the ports in a state is going to be very, like for example, a state like Kerala, can you beat it? Always morning to evening hookers Adani. Now he is making that Kovalam, that difficult name, port, and the only reason is that with close to 16 berths of high tonnage berths, it will change Kerala's economy. Cochin, sir. It's in Trivandrum. That name, I'm not, it's near Kovalam. It's actually in Trivandrum.
Cochin is different, Kovalam is different. No, it is near K1.
No, this Adani has made a new port.
That's the deep water port. That deep water exchange port, normally we are getting the transshipment port.
No, sir, new port which has been inaugurated just a few months back. Yeah. No, sorry, it's in Trivandrum. It's in Trivandrum and nowhere else, it's in Kovalam. Okay. Weaknesses. We are very unfortunate, Andhras. See, we developed, when the Madras presidency was there, entire Chennai was developed by Andhras. Now also, any shop I go, all the people only speak Telugu because they are originally Telugu, but they never wanted to leave and they are contributing to Tamil Nadu economy. And we developed so much, and they said this Chennai is not yours, so get lost, we came to here. After that, every drop of blood and every drop of sweat was put on Hyderabad. Everybody worked hard and Hyderabad was developed. And everybody in the world started recognizing Hyderabad. They said Hyderabad is not yours, get lost. I'm only worried, it's only curse that we keep developing and giving it to others and coming back. So one of the biggest weaknesses is of losing our work to someone else. Many Telugu intellectuals have migrated abroad and other states. If you see, 80% of taxpayers in Karnataka, Bangalore are Telugus. Taxpayers all these people are Telugus. Any place you go, they are Telugus. Shrinking coffers due to huge mishandling by people in the past, practically starting from scratch. Crippling infrastructure, insufficient energy infrastructure is our weaknesses. Threats are there, fierce competition from Gujarat. This is the biggest conflict of interest. Prime Minister being from Gujarat, he goes and says, set up a gift city in Gujarat, Olympics in Gujarat, this in Gujarat, that in Gujarat. But for us to fight with Gujarat and get something here is a big task. Telangana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra, these are the 5 states which are anyway near competing because all other states we can any day beat them out. Dipping tax revenues, climate change and floods, etc. Now let us look at what are the key levers which will get us Viksit, Bharat, Swarna, Andhra, and then we see whether these levers can be provided by NEP or not. Because ultimately the levers that are required to be seen, how do we go there? So I feel the key lever is to developing critical thinking skills in early childhood and promote innovative skills, more experiential learning than rote learning, transforming demographic dividend to job-ready youth, exploiting largest coastline to promote shipping, fisheries, wave energies, utilizing abundant water resources for irrigation, power, drinking water, and promoting green energy through solar, nuclear, hydro, and wave sources. Now, when you look at this list, out of these levers, in your opinion, how many levers can be provided by NEP? Yes, please look at it and tell me how many of these levers can be provided by NEP?
First 3. 4,000. First 3.
Almost all, because
All of them can be done.
all of us, sir.
In my opinion, it's every one of them, because NEP is making the soil ready, putting the right seeds, right nurturing, to make sure people are ready for every one of these tasks. I'm sure the first 3 or first 4 may look low-hanging fruits, but the others also cannot be made unless we have a strong educational process in the country, in the states. So in my opinion, every one of them, if you have a different opinion, I respect it, but I feel that every one of them will need NEP. Now let's look at NEP at a glance.
First one is the foundation for everything.
Yes, sir. First one is the foundation, and I presently feel early care and childhood education, ECC, here and that too with mother tongue, will really make a huge amount of difference for critical thinking skills. So I feel, I agree with you, first one is one of the most critical things to happen. Holistic multidisciplinary learning, universal access is again completely NEP from the internet, so no intelligence is involved. This is very critical. What is NEP's basic purpose? Create cognitive capital. See, for a long time there was a thinking that Indians are only coders. When I was going into this one, somebody says, sir, we will finish the design, can you please send some 100 people who can code for us? Many companies used to ask me in Chicago and other places when I was there, say, can you send some coders for us, we complete the design ourselves. So this particular thing should stop and cognitive capital has to be built. Fuels innovation and entrepreneurship and bridges regional and social divides. These are basically the entire purpose of NEP, and everyone should get access to the early childhood care and education, and innovation and entrepreneurship is now going in a big way and builds cognitive capital with the purpose as a long distance to travel, but it is in its way. Now, coming to Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, you must have known all the SDGs of Atmanirbhar Bharat. If you see, SDG 4 is quality education, SDG 5 is gender equality, and then SDG 8 is self-reliant India through knowledge. All these three are also embedded into the DNA of NEP. Comes to school and higher education, that we all know 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, then early childhood care and education, mother tongue instruction, we did enough of talk. Then mission mode to achieve grade 3, early reading and numeracy focus. This is actually, mothers have been doing it right from our childhood. Early reading and numeracy focus has been happening, but it has to happen as a process, as a system. Then higher education, we already know multidisciplinary institutions, academic bank of credits, all of these people before me have covered quite a lot, and GER 50% by 2035 is also covered by every speaker before me. I don't think I should spend more time on it.
Sir, Bhattaji, there is one doubt for me. You are calculating the GER target to be 50%
In higher education.
in higher education, considering the present school education GER. But you are expecting the GER to be increased to 100%. When the 100% of GER is achieved in the...
We are not expecting by 2047 100%.
Not 2047, by 2035.
No, that is not a target at all. I'll show you the targets. We are not targeting, at least correct me if anybody has read it more. As far as I know, the target is only set to reach for 50% gross enrollment ratio. In itself is a very big task.
No, that is for higher education you are saying. For school education it is 100%.
School education is 100%.
When you are to achieve 100% school education, naturally the GER is to be considered considering the 100% school education.
That is planned visitory. So plans have to be there. Yeah.
So that 50% is actually become maybe 65 or 70%.
Sir, there is no harm of optimistic thinking, but we have not been growing so very well in the last. Our records do not show that we are actually growing that well. Now we are at around 28%, 50%. Anyway, if you can achieve more, it's always good, sir.
It should be, sir.
Sir, one thing, sir.
Yes, sir.
Literacy rating itself is 73%.
Yes.
So how we can achieve that figure?
Sir, you have to read it in line with this. You have to read, the illiteracy and the early childhood care and education starting from the age of 3. From there, if you see, you will first see. I'll give you an example that's a better way. You put so many seeds and several seeds are not actually resulting in good plants and trees. Say for example, that is what we are facing. Now what we are telling, we prepare the soil, we make sure that we do the proper nurturing, that every seed that I put will grow to be a plant. And out of these plants, I would expect 50% too.
Okay.
That is what
that only you.
That is what I was.
73% you are considering 27%. Out of that you are taking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now this is a very critical aspect which all the academic leadership here has to consider. The teacher empowerment, empowerment is not just giving powers. I said empowerment with the knowledge. The type of expectations that you are having from the students, are you teaching? Create the number of teachers that the country needs as when we have to grow at that aggressive speeds. Now coming to curriculum modernization, coding, AI, design thinking, various other things, they have all been being introduced right at the level of high school levels. And critical thinking and problem solving, and now I see a lot of this one of your education minister, several videos where he is strongly working with educational leaders to bring in this into the syllabus. That's what he says. I'm sure his intentions are good. At least even if we become 50% successful, I will be happy. Coming to regional languages, we already saw promoting Telugu curriculum and celebrating linguistic diversity. Andhra Pradesh case studies, we all know Manabadi, Nadu, Nedu and all smart classrooms and university reforms. Now, coming to digital transformation and the platforms, you all know this Diksha, Swayam and DigiLab, NDAR, what is this full form? Empowering teachers and learners and bridging rural-urban gaps. See, we have been discussing about for the last 2 days that the teacher should be the ultimate authority to decide who is empowered to get into the class or get admission, who is empowered to get a degree. The thought process is extremely good. Thought process should go, and Professor Ved Prakash and Professor Agarwal were telling, if you are not trusting your teachers, why did you appoint them? So this is the problem of treat first and seed first type of a problem. I personally feel that we are still not come to that point that type of autonomy should be given, but certain amount of autonomy which instead of individuals, autonomy can be given to teams. Because if one individual deciding whether somebody should be given a degree or not may not be that very, we may not be ready there as yet. But if we make it a team of 2 or 3 people, so that certain amount of checks and balances can come in, some empowerment can come in. And of course, vocational education and national skills qualification framework, they are already there. Industry 4.0, AI, robotics and green technology and startup ecosystem. Startup ecosystem has really taken off and it is improving quite a lot. It's quite a good and positive trend. And exchanging enhancing employability, internship, apprenticeship, a lot of work is going on. One family, one entrepreneurship vision is also good if we can achieve this. Andhra's digital initiatives, digital libraries, skill AP platforms, and this is what you can see, gross enrollment ratio. By 2025 they want to go to 35%, 30, 45%, 47, 55%. I think Srinivas Kumar sir is not very wrong. Going beyond 50 may be possible. Dropout rates also, they should be brought to 0. And ICT equipped schools to 100%. Equity and inclusion, gender inclusion funds and support for disadvantaged. I was told I have to finish in 40 minutes, I am left with only 6 minutes left. Bridging socio-economic gaps, empowering marginalized communities. This, of course, I leave this. A few things that I want, all these industries which are already coming into the state. Self-reliant economy through skills, startup incubation support. Now, a few things that I want to bring is what are the implementation challenges? That's very important for us to look at. First and foremost thing, in my opinion, the biggest challenge that we face NEP to work as a growth engine. Because engine is there, bogies are there, teachers are the fuel. Do we have the fuel? Enough fuel, efficient fuel is a question. So bringing teacher capacity is going to be. In this, I personally feel, I'm really not sure what JNTUK is doing. We, in IIM, we have a very interesting system that every person with below 7, 8, 10 years of experience, some senior person goes and sits at the back and comes back, he doesn't open his mouth but comes back and makes some recommendations and gives it to him. And at some places we also started installing video cameras in the class, and some people can see and offer some recommend. All are positive, this was nothing to criticize. So these have been started, we have put video cameras in IIM classrooms where the class is there and some people will see it and they offer some recommendations. Financing and resource gaps, use with Chandrababu Naidu around, I think he will be able to close that. 2 days back he went to Nirmala Sitharaman and trying to bid for another 10,000 crores, if not 10,000. Because he is also very intelligent. If he needs 5,000, he will ask for 10,000. And Nirmala Sitaraman is equally important, intelligent. If you ask for 10,000, she will give 3,000. So what we will get, we will have to see. And digital infrastructure disparities is another challenge. Recommendations coming to state NEP task force will have to be strengthened and it has to be empowered to make sure that it goes well. AI curriculum integration should happen good and state board alignment will have to happen. Roadmap to 2047, 2025 infrastructure and digital, and 2047 is global talent leadership. This is what is the thought process. India should not be a talent exporter anymore. As yesterday Professor Agarwal said, we are preparing people and they are going and growing somebody else's GDP. We should, digital villages and global trust. Now let us look at how AP government is doing at this point of time. ECC is implemented, local language for initial learning is implemented, 3 language formula is implemented, review mechanism and KPI monitoring they say put in place, we have to see that. Coming to the universities side, I say wide range of electives for students are coming, multiple exit and entry programs are coming in, more skill oriented subjects are there. Value inculcation through universal human values, that value building is also, efforts have started, mandatory 1 semester of industrial exposure has started, credits for games and sports have started, but I am afraid we are far from reaching anywhere. At this speed, we may not be able to make it where we want to go. First of all, India is the only country I have seen age is related to learning. Why a 40-year-old man cannot join BTech? My nephew's wife in UK, she was working in a departmental store till the age of 40. At 41, she joined a medical college. She is now a doctor. She is now in UK health services. At 41, she joined. I do not understand. So many people are not so fortunate that at the age of 15 or 16 that they can join a good college and study. Why should you need age as a bar for joining a college?
Sir, it is not governed by university. It is governed by the state of Andhra Pradesh.
Sir, we are talking about Swarna, Andhra Pradesh. I am not nothing to tell you.
The problem is you include the JNTUK Kakinada.
But I have not said JNTUK Kakinada is because that is hosting me, the photograph. Otherwise, I am telling, yes, sir, and another thing, all these things will happen when you people meet other big people and start thinking about it. First of all, you should feel that this can be done. If this can be done, if you feel, then others can also think about it. Retaining teaching talents as professors emeritus to promote research and development, because the retirement is only a government sending home. In my opinion, coming to research, the actual power of research comes in after 60. Till then you are worried in your life, you are worried about so many things, and after 60 your powers are, your thinking is so well. So in my opinion, every capable professor should be made a professor of emeritus. He need not be given that great salaries. In fact, at that point, people are not that very much interested in salaries. They are more interested in being relevant, being able to contribute. So in my opinion, retaining teaching talent in research and development, particularly, they may not be able to go to the classroom and teach, but coming to research and development and research scholars, at least 50% of faculty with minimum 10 years of industry experience in relevant fields. Again, a very high ask, because most of the people think of joining academics immediately after doing their PhD or MTech. So that is one thinking. Complete overhaul of examination system, more emphasis on testing skills than knowledge. No roadblock should help them. I mean, not to speak about myself, I normally do not do that, but sometimes I shared some of my question papers with JVR and others which I said, nothing will make you get marks other than you have the skill to do it. Entire question paper is your ability to apply your skills, and then only you can. I give them my PPTs, take it, they'll be very happy, they'll read the entire PPT and come, they say nothing from the PPT there in the question paper. We have to see whether we can set question papers in such a way people are made to think beyond the classroom. In fact, many people today, these days, do not teach a subject in the class. They will give the material to them much before, come prepared, and the teacher and the students discuss the subject in the class. We must do these things. Now, teaching a subject starting from the scratch, those days are gone. We should give this material, let them read it, come back and get on to discussion, and people will start thinking. Initially they may not participate, but as you push, I see that it will happen. Special learning opportunities for defense forces, particularly people who are being relieved. Now government has started a new scheme called Agniveers. They come out at the age of 30 or something. Please give them a lot of learning opportunities. They are the assets of this country with a lot of discipline already embedded, having served the forces for 5 to 6 years. And every faculty must spend at least 3 months in a year in industry consultancy. Yesterday, actually before yesterday, Professor Prasad in his vision statement itself was talking about it, about consultancy and funded projects. You are aware that most of the American universities and other universities in UK and other, they only pay for 9 months in India. They don't give you salary for 12 months. The other 3 months salary you are supposed to be earning with your own research. And I do not know whether that is possible, but encouraging teachers to earn money through consultancy is going to be one of the most important things. I, per se, spend 3 days in a week in consultancy, 2 days I spend on teaching and research. 3 days I will be outside in the companies in consultancy. Every single week, every week I will be out in 3 days for consultancy. It can be done provided you are able to add value to the industry. Conclusion is NEP is a blueprint for transformation. It is there, but implementation is the key. Collective action will shape Swarna, Andhra and Viksit Bharat. I'll leave it at that, and I will throw open the forum to questions. Anything that you want to ask? See, my college mates are all sticking to their words. They promise they will not ask questions. See, none of them are talking. So, thank you so much, sir. This is a great opportunity for me to come and speak in front of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The issues highlighted under strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, and how to tackle the issues is quite insightful and thought-provoking. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us.